Hello everyone, my name is Lalit Soni and you are watching InNews by Drishti IAS. In this video, we'll be talking about the key takeaways from the assassination of Hassan Nasrallah in the Lebanon. As you know that he was the leader of the Hezbollah, that is an organization which is backed by Iran and working in Lebanon. So we'll be talking about the key takeaways, we'll be talking about the implication of this event in the area that is Middle East, and we will be looking at the other neighboring countries as well. So let's start with the discussion. We will be going through the news first and then we will go to the location and background. When we talk about location, we will be talking about the area that is Lebanon. We will be seeing borders with Israel, etc. Other than that, when we talk about the background, we will be talking about the Hezbollah, how it actually rised in this particular region. We will also be talking about the connection it has with Israel, or you can say what kind of objective it had with respect to Israel. Okay. Then potential escalation of tensions in Middle East. We'll be talking about the Middle East here. Then if we talk about the implications, so we'll be considering all the stakeholders over here. We'll be talking about Hezbollah's options. We will be talking about Lebanon. We will be talking about Iran, which is backing Hezbollah. We will be talking about Israel. And then we'll be talking about India and the West Asia, wherein we will try to understand what will be the implication of this event on India and West Asia. Then moving further, we'll be talking about the conclusion, and in the end there will be a practice question. Okay. So let's start. Before moving further, I would like to tell you that we are having this GS Foundation course for prelims and mains at our offline centers in English medium. These are the centers Lucknow, Prayagraj, Jaipur and Karol Bagh. We will be having these courses. Courses will be starting on the respective dates. In Lucknow, it will be 16th of October. Prayagraj 3rd October, Jaipur 7th October, Karol Bagh 17th October, and Indore it has already started and admissions are open, so you can directly visit the center and get enrolled, or you can directly call on this number, that is 8010440440. You can call on this number and get any information or inquiry with respect to these courses, or you can directly visit the center and get enrolled. So let's start with the discussion. So the news, if we talk about the assassination of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah by Israel, is a major event with far-reaching implications. It has shaken the region and the world, and its consequences will be fatal, or you can say it will be felt in the years to come. Now, if we talk about the news article, here you can see Hezbollah leader Nasrallah killed in Israel strike on headquarters in Beirut. Then there was this another strike, which was there. Israel kills another Hezbollah leader in Lebanon, strikes Houthis in Yemen. So basically here you can see already you are seeing the impacts. This war started on 7th of October 2023 when Hamas has attacked Israel. After that, Israel retaliated, and in that particular event, when we talk about this particular group, that is Hezbollah, Hezbollah has supported the Hamas. Okay, and in that particular support, they have actually gone for some kind of aggression on the Israel's northern border, and after that, you can say this new front war has started. And recently there was this attack which has been done by Israel. Before that, last few weeks, if you know the current affairs, so you will be finding that there was this pager attack, and then there was this walkie-talkies, which actually some kind of attack has happened with respect to pagers and walkie-talkies. So you will be realizing that this series of events were there, and there are chances that it will lead to a far-reaching consequences. Okay, so let's see. Now, if we are talking about the location and background, so this particular area over here, that is Lebanon. Okay, so in the north of Israel, we have Lebanon. This is Israel. Okay, this area over here is basically your West Bank. This is Golan Heights. Golan Heights is an area of Syria, which is right now in control of Israel. Okay, so we can say that de facto it is with Israel right now. This is Gaza Strip, where this issue has started. The Hamas has attacked the, you can say, Israel from this particular area. So you can say on Gaza Strip and West Bank, you will be finding that Palestinian population is living there. And in Gaza Strip, there is this group which is quite prominent, that is basically Hamas. Okay. And other than that, you will be seeing that we have the Sinai Peninsula over here and the Jordan, which is having a boundary with Israel. Okay, so when we talk about Lebanon, Lebanon has border with Syria, okay, and Israel. Now coming to the Beirut, Beirut is this particular location, that is the capital over here. And this area over here is basically, you can say, southern Lebanon, wherein you can say the activities of Hezbollah. When we talk about this Lebanon, right now Hezbollah has been a prominent political organization as well. Okay, so they are having a good political control in that region as well. Now, why is Hezbollah so important? Why is this particular area is having this particular organization? So when we talk about the 1948, when Israel was created, okay, after that one event happened that is called as Nakba. Okay, Nakba was the event when the Palestinian population, nearly 1,50,000 Palestinians, has been removed from this particular place and they have migrated to different parts. Some of them has migrated to the northern boundaries over here in the southern part of the Lebanon, form the northern boundaries of Israel. Okay, now in this particular place they started to live. But when we talk about Lebanon, Lebanon has the, you can say, 40% population which is Christian. Okay, so this there was this you can say conflict which started between the population which was living over here, that is Christian population, and then these Palestinian people which were living over here. Then Palestinians has made a base, PLO, that is Palestinian Liberation you can say organization, which has established a base in 1960s and 70s in this particular region of southern Lebanon. Okay, after that what happens is that in 1978 Israel has gone for the first strike or the invasion of Lebanon, wherein they have created you can say some kind of establishment in that particular area. They tried to counter the PLO over there. Okay, then the second Israeli invasion becomes in you can say 1982, and after that they have actually created a base, or you can say they have established certain kind of establishment of Israeli task forces over there with the help of the Lebanon allies. Okay, now these Lebanon allies are nothing but these people who are having this conflict with the PLO over there. Okay, then after that you will be seeing that 1983 and 85 was the time when there was this group which has you can say we have seen a rise of a particular group, that is Hezbollah. The objective of Hezbollah was to remove Israelis from the southern Lebanon, and they were actually, you can say, successful in doing that. After the removal of the Israeli forces from that, then the objective of you can say Hezbollah became to counter, or you can say retaliate the Israel in this particular region altogether. Now this Hezbollah is being supported by Iran. Okay, and they are quite dependent on Iran. Okay, so most of the time you will be saying that they are kind of, you can say, dependent, and they will be considering the decision made by Iran. Okay, now moving further, if you will see, there was this 1996, we have seen some, you can say, operations over here. The name of the operation was Operation Grapes of Wrath. Then in 2000 there was this Israelis which has withdrawn from this particular region. Now the objective of the Operation Grapes of Wrath was to remove the Hezbollah altogether, but they could not do so because the tactics which Hezbollah is using is guerrilla warfare. Okay, and they are having support from Iran, and that is why they could not do so, and ultimately the Israelis has to withdraw from this particular region. And after that, the one more conflict happened in 2006. There was this war between Israel and Hezbollah, but again Hezbollah is kind of powerful in this particular region. Okay, now when this event happened, when the Israel has gone for the invasion in Gaza Strip, and then they started to support Hamas in this particular region, and ultimately the second front war has started, or you can say this is not a full-fledged war yet, but there are chances that it will become. Okay, now moving further, and we'll be seeing the potential escalation of tensions in the Middle East. Now this area has always been, you can say, area of conflict most of the time. You will be seeing in the history as well. So increased military buildup. Obviously on the northern border Israel is being quite active. So now after this assassination there are high chances that Hezbollah will also be you can say active in this particular area, and because of which there will be a increased military, you can say, a buildup in this region. Okay, second, protest and unrest. Now Hezbollah has attained popularity in Lebanon because of their charity works. Okay, and because of which there are high chances that there will be protests in the country with respect to the assassination. Okay, and unrest, if we talk about, so that will be there on the Israel and Lebanon border. Otherwise also, if we see the other countries in the region, okay, they would also take a stand. So that is why there are chances that there can be protest and unrest. Then renewed conflict. Now obviously the issue of the Palestinians was there, and recently from the October 7th it has actually reignited, and now it will give you can say new air to the conflict. Okay, now moving further, we'll be seeing the impacts on the Hezbollah. Now, Hezbollah's top leadership is right now shattered because they have killed two of their leaders. And when we are talking about the loss of Nasrallah was a big loss or big blow to the Hezbollah as well as Iran's tactics in this particular region. Okay, so that is why Hezbollah's options right now, one, you can go for the retaliation. Okay, so if Iran is supporting them, then there are high chances that they can go for the retaliation. Okay, then second thing is regional instability. Because of the retaliation, if they go for the retaliation, there are high chances that we will be witnessing a regional instability because violence will increase in this particular region. Israel is already fighting a war in Gaza, and now this will be the second front war. Okay, so there will be a regional instability. People will take sides in this particular area. Then increased tension. So obviously, when there will be a regional instability, if a neighbor, there is a fight in the neighbor's house, obviously you will not be peaceful at your place. Okay, so ultimately there are high chances that there will be tensions which will be increasing in the Arabian region as well. Okay, now moving further, implications for Lebanon's fragile political landscape. When we talk about Lebanon, which is already facing some kind of economic crisis, now when we talk about the assassination and the political you can say void which has been created over here, when we talk about Hezbollah, it is quite prominent in the politics as well, and that is why there can be a political instability as well. Okay, domestic issues can be there. Okay, the assassination could lead to the further political instability in the Lebanon. It could also exhibit existing division within the society. Okay, then a power vacuum. The assassination could create a power vacuum in the Lebanon, which could be exploited by the various factions. Then economic crisis, as I already told you that we are the people of Lebanon are facing these economic crisis over there, and because of the assassination and these two issues, political instability and the power vacuum, there are chances that it will further enhance. Okay, so that is the impact on the Lebanon. Now moving further, if we talk about the Iran's strategy, as I told you, Iran is the country which is supporting the Hezbollah, and most of the decisions are based on Iran's strategy. When we talk about Iran has various proxies. Okay, so Hezbollah is one of them. Then when we talk about Houthis, you know that Houthis are basically supported by you can say Iran in Yemen. Okay, and then Hamas are also supported by somehow you can say by Iran. So these are basically the proxies of you can say Iran in this particular region. Okay, and they are mostly, when we talk about, they are all against Israel as of now. Second thing is, when we talk about Hezbollah was a prominent proxy of Iran. Okay, or you can say if it was not a proxy, then it was a prominent group which was helping Iran making its influence in this particular region. Okay, so that is a big blow to Iran when the top leadership of the Hezbollah is died. Now escalation of support. Iran may increase the support for the Hezbollah and increase the militant groups in this region, particularly Lebanon and Syria. Now strengthening ties. When we talk about Iran, so if USA and Israel are having good ties, then it is obvious for Iran to go to China or Russia. Okay, so Iran might go for the ties with China and Russia, targeting Israel. So that is the you can say, when we talk about these two countries, there has always been a history. Iran may consider more direct attack against Israel using proxies or its own military capabilities to retaliate for the assassination. Now this is a far-reaching you can say consequence which can be there, but there are very less chances that Iran will directly go for a war, but again it will help the proxies. Okay, so this is about the political strategies which will be there for Iran. Ramification for Israel's security. Now Israel has gone for the attack. There are chances that Hezbollah will go for the retaliation, so that is a risk for Israel, because we have seen that the Iron Dome has been violated twice. Okay, so when we talk about the Israel's security, so that is having some kind of concern. So that is one thing. Second, regional isolation. There are countries in this particular you can say area which are sympathizing with the Hamas cause. Okay, second thing is this issue of the civilian casualty is there. Okay, after that, now this Hezbollah attack which has happened right now, so because of which there are chances that the regional countries might go for isolation of Israel. Okay, that is there. Other than that, political backlash. The assassination could lead to the political backlash against Israel, both domestically as well as internationally. Okay, so these are the impact on Israel. Moving further, we will be seeing that what are the impact on India and West Asia. So India is having cordial relation with both Israel as well as Lebanon, but India has these connectivity projects which are there. Okay, so when we talk about the India, Middle East, Europe economic corridors which is there, so until unless this particular region is you can say peaceful, we cannot go for the fulfillment of this particular project. Other than that, also there are various diaspora which are living over there. Okay, so Indian diasporas are there for working, so that is their security is also a cause of concern. Other than that, our energy security can be compromised, because most of our energy requirements are being fulfilled from this particular route. Okay, so that is there. Now moving further, when we talk about the impact on the Gulf states and the West Asia, if we see Saudi Arabia, UAE, Qatar, so these are having a potential of escalation or de-escalation, the way these countries take sides. Okay, so that will be there. Now it will be depending on the Iran, because the Hezbollah's top leadership is you can say not present anymore. So because of which there are high chances that they will look towards Iran. What Iran decides will happen in this particular region. Okay, and that ultimately will shape the, you can say the picture in this particular area. Now then the assassination could exacerbate the existing tensions and make it more difficult to achieve lasting peace in this region. Okay, now if we talk about the conclusion, we have seen that is the assassination of the Hassan Nasrallah marks a significant turning point in the Middle East. It is likely to lead to a period of highlighting tension and the instability in the region. It is crucial for all stakeholders to exercise restraint and prioritize diplomacy. So right now, best option is to go for diplomacy, not to retaliate. Okay, so if the actors are being kind of, you can say, resistant or resilient with respect to the retaliation, so there are chances that this war might not spread. Otherwise, there will be far-reaching consequences. International efforts to promote peace and dialogue are essential to prevent the situation from escalating further. So this is the whole picture with respect to the Hezbollah, the assassination, and the situation in the Middle East. Now we'll be looking for a practice question for you. Which of the following is not a part of the Iran-backed axis of resistance, that is Hezbollah, Hamas, Taliban, or Houthis? Okay, so you can attempt this question and answer to me in the comment box. With that, I would like to take your leave. If you have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. Have a nice day. Thank you.
For more informative content, like, share and subscribe, and do not forget to press the bell icon to get the notifications.